Coaches, you ever notice that in practice, everything looks really, really good? The drills that we're doing feel like they're translating, but into a game, it doesn't feel like they're translating as well. I'm a believer that there's probably a disconnect between the live decision-making that needs to be happening in practice to mimic the game a little bit more. At CourtWise, we really dove into this. So I use a constraint-led approach or a games approach. That's just basically a fancy way of saying that we put players into a lot of live situations. This goes for both when I'm training and also when I'm coaching a team. I say this all the time, and it's one of my favorite quotes. We get better at the game of basketball by playing the game of basketball. We teach skills, but almost always through games, constraints, and different type of small-sided games within our workouts. It doesn't always look perfect. As a matter of fact, most of the time it doesn't. But that messiness is where the learning happens. Our goal is not to create players who look good in workouts. Our goal is to make better basketball players when the season comes for their basketball team. So all of this, why does this all matter? Why should you consider adding some of these into your practices or your guys' workouts? For players, it means they're going to become a better decision maker. They're not just going to be robots. They're going to learn how to adapt when a defender takes a certain read away. They're going to learn how to finish through contact, shoot under pressure, etc. For teams, it creates a more confident basketball team. Players are more locked in because it feels like basketball, not just drills that they're running. One thing that gets missed with this, that doesn't mean just rolling the basketballs out, playing 5-on-5 or scrimmaging the entire time, but designing practices where players are constantly making decisions. An example of this, instead of running a long line of uncontested layups, we're going to set up a 2-on-1, 1-on-1, 2-on-2 finishing game. Now the offensive players have to make reads against the defenders. They have to make quick decisions. They have to feel real contact, what you're going to feel in a game, keep the right spacing that they're going to feel in a game, and then be able to finish. We're trying to mimic the situations that players are going to be in as much as possible, both in training and in practices. Research on skill acquisition shows that when players practice in a blocked or repetitive way, like taking the same shot from the same spot over and over again, they might look really, really sharp in practice, but there's a disconnect between the correlation between that blocked practicing time and then in a game. Now, I want to make a note on this. You either do no scripted drills or you do all scripted drills, and I think there's a middle ground that we can find. Because I've been on a sideline, I think there is time for scripted drills where we're teaching players exactly where we want them to be. I think the problem is we spend too much time in those. So we can script it, we can show them what we want to do, but we want to get them out of that drill and into a live setting as quick as possible. So if you're a coach watching this, here's my encouragement. Try to add 1 or 2 small-sided games into your next workout or your next practice and let them figure it out. Don't overcoach it. Let them fail, let them mess up, let them make mistakes, and see how much they retain and how much they learn. See where the energy is. Do they enjoy playing the game? I can almost guarantee that the answer is yes to that. When you let players play, and they get to have fun with these games, you're going to see energy go up, you're going to see engagement go up, you're going to see kids have a lot more fun. And if we can get kids to fall in love with the game of basketball, development's easy. Not only that, you're going to see a lot more confident basketball players, which is going to lead to you having a more confident basketball team, which is the ultimate goal come season.